Well, I was told that I can give you right now 20 minutes of lecture. I'm too tired to do this. So I will start with something like this. I'm just an artist. I have no issues, and I don't have any agenda in my life, except of telling what I feel and what I really like to say. Now, I have problem with words because I'm a man of images, and I'm a man of objects. I'm not a man of words. So if I want to tell my wife, really, Tommy, I love you, I need to find a different word or a different way. So this is what I'm doing. I'm collecting objects and put them together in an exhibition in order to express my feelings. Now, accidentally, I live in Hamburg in Germany. Accidentally, I like IKEA. Accidentally, I like numbers. And non-accidentally, the interpretation of my work is about the Holocaust. What can I do? So I accept it. I accept it because it's there somewhere. But it's also about Israel. It's also about my culture, where I was born, and where I grew up, where I was educated as an artist. And it's about my relation to the world I live in. And this combination of creating something, putting something in front of my audience, allowing my audience to interpret it. And I'm especially focusing on the word audience and not user, because, you know, I heard here during the day that we're all talking about about user interface and user experience and so on, and this is only in design, electronics or computers, and drug dealers are using users. I'm using audience. So I let my audience to feel it with their body, not with their eyes only. It means that if something is standing in a very delicate balance, you should feel it with your body, because we stand like this. We are walking like this. We look at things like this. So this is another option. And this is another option. Now, I can promise you that everything can be installed and demolished with one hand, with one person, without any glue or tricks. It just stands as it is. Now, of course, there are things that are hidden inside. It's about the feelings that I have. It's about the thoughts that I have at that moment. It's about the community or the city or the society that I'm visiting at that moment. And it's about my family, the story of my family. I told you that the Holocaust is there because I'm a second generation, as you said, but I lived everything through stories. My grandfather always told me, from my mother's side, always told me about what a wonderful house we had, what a big house in Pristina we had, and the furnitures were beautiful. And the last time that I was in Pristina, I went to see it. It's a miserable house. It was a very small one. Really, nothing was really as he expressed it. But it's the story that I tried to live again that brought me into do something like this. To build the history and the story of my family again, according to what I hear, according to what I want to see, according to what I tell. It means that nothing is true or false. Nothing is right or wrong. Nothing is honest or not honest, not being honest. Everything is mixed here. It's a story. It's a show. It's an honest story. It's a funny story. It's a sad story in a way. But it's there. I have no issue with politics, and still it's about politics. Because politics in its, let's say, a complete and a big word, is the relation between people and the way they want to live. So it's about this. This is about the same relations that I had in Pristina here in Israel. The history of my family written in books. And there is an old chair, electric chair, connected to electricity, and you should be very careful touching it. Both shows, the first one, this one, and this one, were part of a mutual work that I did together with an Albanian artist living in London and a curator coming from Italy. And we try to focus on our personal life and our personal history. This is actually standing on the lamp, which is not a trick. It's just physics. It's there. For this, I have a nice, I don't know if it's a nice story to tell you, but for me, it was very nice. I established it, or I installed it in an exhibition in a city in Germany. It's called Neumünster. And one person, when I did everything and I planned it and I started to put it in, came a nice person and says, "Oh, it's interesting, can I buy it?" And I said, "Yeah, why not?" "You are a collector?" And he says, "Yes, I am a collector." "What is the title of the work?" And I said, "You said, life does you only good." It's a nice and very optimistic title. And he says, "Wonderful, I'm buying it." And he paid. And in the opening, I was looking to find him again and to see him and to greet him, and I met his wife. He made a suicide. And I said, "What the fuck? This is the title?" And he made a suicide. So I'm not controlling my works, actually life controlling me. And I'm trying to react to my life. So as I didn't fight my children where they decided to stay in Hamburg and they told me, "We are staying and not moving," I didn't try to fight this feeling of what's going on here, actually. And until today, I'm in some kind of a good contact with his wife. This work is in a box. She's not going to open it, I'm sure. This is my lucky day in hell, things my mother told me. This was presented in Pristina in the National Gallery as some kind of a memory of the stories that my mother told me about her life after my grandfather died. Everything that you see, all the furnitures belong to the National Theater of Pristina, which belongs to them, and actually the work belongs to them. It's a theater show. It's not more than this, but it's a lot more than this. I'm doing a show, actually. I'm presenting some kind of a visual image of a certain moment, a very delicate moment. Of course, that I'm telling everything with a smile, but there are a lot of bad feelings about what I'm showing because, you know, it's about people losing their life, actually. It's during the Holocaust and the Second World War. How I can do it nice, how I can play with it. I think that without humor, we lost. So we need humor. And I really insist of approaching hard issues, hard feelings with a lot of, let's say, smiling. This is about Germany. This I made and showed in Hamburg in a nice shop where I wanted to present something with light. And the curator came and said, "You know, it will be a lot of problem here. You can burn everything." So I said, "Now we got a big problem." So still, I decided to put it like this. The smell was horrible, really. You're burning a chair through light bulb. It's really not a joke. And I had a problem. And this is an example. This is an example of the way I treat space and people. This is the final exhibition that I showed after receiving the scholarship that brought me to Hamburg. And after 1 year of working and earning a lot of money from being in this scholarship and residency, I decided to take 400-meter square of space to put 2 walls and to put this object. This is everything that was in the exhibition. as less as I could. So, of course, the critic was, what are you doing? After 1 year, you should show us more. And my answer was, what are you doing? After 1 year that I'm here, you should know something about me. It belongs right now to Harald Falkenberg. This is one of the best collections in Germany. It's also in a box. Nobody's opening those works again. And this is my last exhibition that I showed in Hamburg. It was about my feelings about what's going on right now in Germany. As you know, in Germany, the first time after the Second World War, a right-wing party entered the parliament, and everybody are in shock. So I decided to, in a way, to react to this, and this is the 5 parts of how to make somebody a foreigner. Just to point on them, to clean everything around, to paint it white because, you know, black spot is a black spot. And then to put the border and to decide, good or bad. Now, we are doing it artistically. We are doing it in design. We can do it also to people. The whole series was bought by a collector who decided to put everything in a box. So, whatever I said stays in a box. I think this is it about being an artist. I think that there are a lot of connections right now if you want to see to IKEA, to tables, to furnitures, to decisions, to architecture. Decisions, I think, as designers or artists or creative people, this is the thing that we need to do, to decide how and what and to whom we are showing the things. More than this, I really don't know. Thank you very much.